And that's something that, no intention to name drop or anything, but you guys know I'm deep into the Game Grump scene. That's something that Aaron does that drives me fucking insane. And it's one of the many reasons why I like him, but like he's not my favorite even by a landslide. Is because I know he does it on purpose. I know this is not the way he truly feels, and would be more objective about it if he was in a scenario where hyperbole actually kind of helps him be funnier. And I understand that going into this, but I don't even have to go into this deep context. There is one quote from Danny that sums up Aaron in a nutshell. Aaron's checklist of do I hate something? Is it a thing? If so, then yes, I hate it. That seems to be how Aaron is, in that like he hates everything. Like everything is either shit or not good to him, unless it's Speed Racer for some reason. Which I mean I've never seen the movie myself, but I heard it was kind of shit. Especially compared to the TV series. That's just what I heard. I don't know if it's good or not. I have no idea. I need to watch it sometime so I can formulate my own opinion. But that's just what I heard. So it's kind of ironic that if something is considered is not very popular by a lot of people, then he'll like it. He's that kind of person. Like, does everyone else think it's awesome? Then I hate it. But if it's like something, it's like hipster vibe. If no one thinks it's good, then I like it. It drives me insane. But yeah, that just people is just like I hate everything, or like this is great, this is bad. It's just like, let's be objective about it. Like, yes, it is. Like, you may not like it, but why do you not like it? And not just because it sucks. Like, objectively, why do you dislike it, and why do you like it? I mean, it's cool to dislike something. That's what art is. Art in form of media, TV, music, movies, actual art like paintings, drawings, animation stuff. The reason why it's so awesome is because we have the ability to say I like this and I don't like this. But you gotta have a reason for why, You can't just say because it's shit. Like you gotta actually think about why you like something and why you don't like something. Some random tirade that I've gone off on, but I don't know. Oh, I did complete the quest. So here's another random. No, I'm joking. It's not a tirade, but another random thing I was thinking of. Oh, I thought I was having me leave that way. I'm like, what the fuck? Another thing I was thinking of that maybe more people can get in on this with me. I didn't respond to the comment, which I should have, but I didn't exactly know how to respond to the comment. And it wasn't a bad comment. It was just one that was just like, oh, I didn't know about this. Someone mentioned, which was completely baffling to me, that apparently Windows 10 is horrible in terms of World of Warcraft. But I mean, I had Windows 10 through half of Season 1 and all of Season 2. And I didn't really notice anything. But now, as you notice, like sometimes things like don't, as you've been seeing, I know I have a talent, I need to do something with that. Yeah, I need to go. But as you've been seeing, sometimes things like it takes forever to load. It's sometimes choppy, and I've been chopping that up to just my computer is old and I need a new one. It's kind of shit at the moment. So I was wondering, I just put out a feeler message there. If anyone else knows, like, does this happen with other people? Does everyone have Windows 10? Is this a thing? Like people only get like Windows 7 or 8 and just say screw Windows 10? Yeah. How does that work? I don't know how that works, So, let me know. Cause I'm legitimately curious, because I've never chopped it up to like anything to like Windows 10 and World of Warcraft. They just don't work together. I've never heard that. So I don't know if that's just one person's belief system, or if that's just like an popular. I couldn't look this up. If that's like a popular heavy debate going on around or whatnot. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I guess I'll kill this guy now because he's pretty much mind control, so he's gonna attack me just because. It's just kind of how it works. Drain you, baby. Go back and forth, drain you for days. Who am I supposed to? I'm supposed to be getting gear and foreman because I've already killed enough of these guys. Apparently. Hello, shield up. You come here. You come here. You come here. You come here. All of you come here. Shield up again and then drain, baby. Boom, boom, boom. All the AoEs. All the AoEs. And we'll just straight get that. I pulled quite a few there, so they broke through. Finally managing to break through my shield, though. Good. Good for them. Good on them. Appreciate it, I think. Yeah, so let me know, is that like a common, well-known thing, or is that just one person's opinion? Because I still just assume that it's just my computer, something, the shit computer that it is. So I don't know. Which again, I am during this playthrough, I will have a new computer. At some point during this playthrough, I will have a new computer. So keep that in mind. No controlling a bunch of kobolds. Not uncommon, but definitely an interesting scenario. Yeah, you might want to get in on this because I'm going to town on these motherfuckers. Let's boom, hit him up with that good shit. God, this fucking warlock is driving me crazy. God, dude, it's a blood elf, man. Just be a blood elf. I don't get it. Oh, we also got to find who's keeping me in fucking attack mode. But yeah, I can't wait to get a new computer. Right now, I would have it probably already, but I'm having a few issues. Oh, good, I'm non-combat anymore. Whatever it was, decided to fuck off or died or something. I don't know. The insane. All right, Ryan. You want this one? You can have that one, man. Good. You take them all. I was saying some shit. Some good shit. Oh yeah. I've had some issues dealing with some things because like I knew this was coming, you know, all that financial aid from bachelor and master's degree, of course, you know, I gotta start paying. But then I was supposed to have it set up a certain way, and then I did have it set up that way, but then I forgot that, like, oh yeah, I switched from going straight into something to something else, so I needed to switch it to another way, and then I can do this, can do that. It was a whole thing. So it's cost me a pretty penny. Not in trouble with any kind of federal business or anything like that, so don't worry about that. Don't be thinking that now. But it cost me more money than I thought it was going to, so I have to postpone getting a computer, probably until next month. The month after this is what I meant to say. I don't know why. Yeah, for a month after this. After this one, which we just started, which is obviously February, because you know, Valentine's is everywhere. You know, that's no secret there. A little bit lag there. That's interesting. We will. I know there's that talent there. I'm going to get into it. I just don't want to distract myself at the moment because I know I'm going to have to think about it, talk about it, discuss it, and all that good stuff. So, I know. God, I can't remember what I was talking about. February. Oh yeah. So the month after this one, which is after February, obviously. I should be able to get a new computer, so very soon. I will have a new computer, and it will be the shit. And hopefully, most of the lag will be gone, if not all the lag, and it will just be glorious. Back to the heyday of how beautiful this bad boy was when I first got it, and only for a little bit after I first got it, because then I realized how not awesome it is. And that kind of true though, which is sad. But yes, so let's do talents now that we got a spare moment here. So just like the last one, I don't know what most of these talents are, and I'll probably keep it that way through most of the game. Just because I like to find out the moment of. So we're going to talk about what they do and why I'm choosing the one I choose. After damaging a target below 35% health, you do 20% increased damage and 20% increased healing for 10 seconds. Yes, I do remember that one. Mind Flay and Mind Blast deal 10% more damage. Blast target's mind. That's another ability. Void. 3 charges. 249, 249. So here's what I'm thinking here. I usually don't go for Twist of Fate because the higher and higher level you get, in my opinion, I feel the less and less effective this ability is. 20% increased damage and healing is nice, especially when you pop that for like the healing specs and whatnot. Especially when you do Twist of Fate for discipline, that's pretty nice because you're damaging and healing at the same time. It's doing a double effect for you because while you're damaging, you're healing, and it's an interesting effect and it's really cool. It works, definitely works. But I feel for damaging, it's not that great because it only gives it for 10 seconds, and if you're only fighting solo target after solo target, But, obviously, while I'm draining somebody, that will proc, and I'll start doing 20% AoE, increased AoE damage to everyone around me. I get the prospect of that being really good. Jump over to Shadow or Void over here. That could be good, but in my opinion, I have... first off, it's a cast. It's not an instant. If it was instant, I'd actually probably consider it. But I already have enough spells. I don't need more spells. Especially one. Yeah. Sorry, I got a text. I'll get to that in a second. Yeah. If it wasn't if it wasn't instant, maybe, but I don't need more damaging spells. So, thinking Mind Flay and Mind Blast, 2 of my main damaging abilities, doing 10% more damage all the time, I think would be a better deal for me than the other ones. Now, I definitely think Twist of Fate could be really good, could be really strong, but I think having 10% increased damage all the time is going to benefit me more in the long run. Even if it doesn't, that's my reasoning for it, and I'm going to stick with it. At least for now. I might test the other one out and see, it might be like, oh, what the fuck was I thinking? Yeah, that's definitely noticeable. That's the way to go. Definitely possible. It could definitely be a possibility. So we are level 16. Let me look around everything else around here. Just see, because I know a lot of places switched around, so I'm just trying to remember the levels of different areas around here. So we're level 16. We spent 6 levels here so far, and we've gotten through 1 of the 4 chapters, which is me saying again. Which one is this one? There it is. Number 3 here. I'm trying to. Someone already clear out all the Murlocs because I'm only seeing baby Murlocs over here. Like, we're just getting cleaned out of these quests, man. Yeah, so I don't know how long I'm going to spend at each place. I have a rough estimate that I mapped out, but, while I'm mapping it out, I was even like, I don't know if this is going to be the way it's going to be. Because, hell. I could change my mind and be like, this place is actually boring me, so I'm only going to spend, like, maybe 3 or 5 levels here. Or it's just like, yeah, I'm feeling this place. The quests are plentiful. Great saturation. Apparently that's going to be my favorite word for this playthrough. It creates saturation. Exciting. I'm loving it. You know, stay here for 5 more levels or something. I don't know, or however many levels it can get me. So everything that I have up to this point is subject to change, and I knew it was subject to change coming into the playthrough, so I'm okay with that. As long as it relatively maps out roughly to where I want it to, and I hit every area for at least a good couple of quests, like, you know, a decent amount of quests each, to the major areas I wanted to go. Like, maybe I skip a certain place that I have in my mind, and I'm okay with that. So, you know, that's just kind of what's going through my mind here. Obviously, without knowing any of the places, well, roughly, you might have already guessed them. Be like, I'm pretty sure he's going here. Roughly not knowing the areas I have chosen. Chosen, whatever the correct word is for that. It doesn't really matter. I'm just chatting you up right now, just letting you know, like, these are the thought processes that's going. Thought process that is going through my mind right now is as such, and it's what I'm giving you. How there's that other. Yeah, document 206, baby. Document 206, baby. So yeah, I'm just letting you guys know what's going on through my brain, what I'm thinking, how I'm feeling this out. If you're like, if I'm like all of a sudden level 22, and you're like, how fucking long is he gonna stay in Loch Modan? You know, if you know that process goes, if that thought goes through your guys' mind, I don't want to say process. If that thought goes through your all mind, you can think back like, oh yeah, he was talking some shit about this is why. So that's why I share what I share. Everything I do, whether you believe me or not. Because I feel like some people don't believe me when I say this and think I'm just talking myself up or being arrogant. Like, no, just about everything I do is calculated. Sometimes it's calculated incorrectly, but it was calculated at some point. That I can guarantee you. Everything I do is calculated. It's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of something I do. I don't believe I'm OCD because it's not obsessive. It's just kind of how my brain works. I work very. Now I have to remember what the word is. I'm trying to think of. Not machine-like, but very clockwise. You know, just kind of machine-like. Very, very calculated. Very just distinct. Is that the word I'm looking for? Pretty much all you need to know is that everything I do for a reason. All the words I choose, I do for a reason. And, you know, it's not... When I say that, I feel like people must be thinking, like, so, like, you just sit there and think, like, okay, I'm not going to say anything until I think of these words. And that's not the case. I like to think. Sometimes it may not seem that way because I forget what I'm going to say or forget my word choices. That's usually just because I interrupt myself with a tangent of other thoughts, and by the time I circle back around, sometimes it doesn't always work. Usually I remember what I'm saying, but it may not seem like I'm telling the truth, but I think of things really fast. And so that's why my word choice is always very specific, and it's not like I sit there and just think about what I'm going to say for like ever until I find the right words. No, it comes to me like really fast. It's just natural at this point in my life. Everything I think of is calculated. Everything I do is just like by the book, you know. I don't think that's the word I meant to. So, but that's why I think I have a somewhat advantage in League of Legends over some people. Obviously, I'm not that great at League of Legends. I'm alright. I like to think I'm alright, you know. But I'm not that great at League of Legends. But the reason I think that I do better than so many people that I usually have to play with or that I see, like my friends. I don't have many friends that are that great at League of Legends, except for the ones I play with occasionally, but I haven't played with them in a long done. I don't know if they still